What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a React Indie. Tonight on episode 11 of Sangatsu in 3 Gatsu March Comes in Like a Lion. Episode 11. Boom. Let me just pull it up. So, well, this is the comments for 10. I don't really have too much to say on the comments, but I like showing them off just to remind y'all that you can comment down below, you can subscribe, you can like the video. I actually don't like my own videos. I think that's weird. But, anyways, yeah, last episode was pretty intense. As kind of is said, I think, well here, in this comment, right here. This comment from Weko. Rewatched this so many times and still get chills at Ray finally letting the emotion boil over. It really was an emotion boil over. And I don't even think I could put it into words that well because it's one of those things where, like, it's just him yelling. You know what I mean? And you can you feel it more than you can really, like, explain it. But of course you could talk about how, like, I mean, this comment does a pretty good job of, like, the breakdown of it, right? I think the most, like, the thread that I'm most intrigued to pursue is kind of, this part here, right here. Because, like, last episode I was talking about, like, what are you supposed to do as an individual, as an empathetic individual, in a world that is, like, full of so much pain? That's kind of, I think, a somewhat concise way to put it. Where, at least for Ray, right, he's super empathetic. He's a really good guy in that regard, right? But his empathy causes him pain, right? Like, whenever he beats someone because he needs to beat people to survive, right? To continue playing shogi, which is his method of survival, he needs to win, which means people have to lose. And watching people lose can be really painful when their loss motivates them to, like, hurt themselves or hurt the people around them, right? Whether it be to be, you know, kind of an alcoholic drinking situation like we saw with the last guy, or just what we've seen with the family, right? Like the adoptive family, right? And so for poor empathetic Ray, he's just kind of really stuck between a rock and a hard place where if he lost, then he would suffer, right? And so he doesn't want to lose. He wants to survive, right? He's very motivated in that regard. But surviving necessitates pain because of his empathy, right? And so the question becomes, how do we approach this, you know? Like, what should he do, right? And so I kind of throw out, like, a couple... I was in a cynical mood. I was in a pretty, you know, it is what it is kind of mood, right? And so, like, hardening the heart, I think, is one potential avenue where he, like, closes off that empathy so he doesn't, you know, it doesn't hurt him anymore, right? And I've kind of, you know, personally pursued that a bit and have found it to be somewhat successful, right? Though, you know, who could say what the consequences of such pursuits are? But one thing that this comment kind of says is, quote, "It is more that he needs to learn to love and respect himself. To love others to the point that you hate yourself isn't healthy." I think this is a really good point, right? I think this is, like... I don't, like... I think it, like, helps, but there's still, like, an underlying, like, suffering that you get from being empathetic, but perhaps if you have enough self-love, it's just worth it, right? Because, yeah, if he prioritizes himself not enough, right, then he won't respect himself, he won't consider himself worthy of, I mean, wow, right here, right, worthy of winning as much as anyone else, and so he'll suffer when he wins. Oh, shoot, I gotta turn off my freaking... One second, y'all. I gotta turn off all my freaking AC because it's freaking loud. I forgot. I gotta be freaking cooking in this room so that y'all can hear properly. My fault. I forgot about that. We don't need all the freaking in the back. Anyways. But yeah, and so if he can learn to love himself, then he would at least, like... I mean, the question is, like, okay, let's say he loves himself. Let's say he feels real good about himself. He got a real positive self-concept. He's up in the world, right? But he still has to stomp on other people to survive, right? Because that's life. And for him specifically with shogi, that's shogi, right? You need to beat other people. And so even if he loves himself, is it just like, is it a movement from, because like this kind of thing, right? You're comparing, to love others to the point that you hate yourself isn't healthy, right? You're comparing your love for yourself to your love of others, right? And so if you love others more than you love yourself, then you're putting yourself down, really bad negative self-concept, and you're not going to feel worthy compared to them. Like, you know, that's a bunch of insecurity right there. Not healthy. I think we can agree on that, right? But let's say you love yourself and you love other people a lot. You're very empathetic. You're still going to have to hurt them And so you might not be like internally as insecure, but I feel like you're still gonna suffer to a degree, right? And you could say, well, that's fine, right? That like empathy is good, so suffering for empathy is a fine thing to do. But you know what I mean, right? And so that'd be like giving meaning to the suffering, and then it in a way isn't even suffering anymore because it's meaningful, right? Because personally, I define suffering as meaningless, kind of in and of itself. I think suffering that has meaning kind of stops being suffering. If it truly has like enough meaning, right? Then it's just pain or something, right? Either way though, right? For him to, so like, yeah, that could be an avenue, but he's still gaining pain. And so I like, a part of me wants to just find a way for him to not feel pain, right? Like it's not that he, right, where it's like for him to feel okay about winning. And he's as worthy as winning as anyone else, but won't he still feel bad for making other people lose? You know? It like solves half the equation. But like, but I don't know. I mean, the answers are really just like, lose your empathy, stop caring about other people as much so that their suffering doesn't hurt you, or just deal with it, right? Deal with it as is, you know? That's really the only options, because for them to suffer by your winning is necessitated by shogi. I mean, you could, career change? Go freaking teach shogi to kids? Become a freaking shogi tutor, you know, instead? And so that I mean, that could be a move, right? Where if he really is so empathetic that, like, it would cause him pain to be winning, and he doesn't, and we don't want to, like, you know, kneecap his empathy in any form, then he would need to either suffer in that way or feel pain from his empathy, or he would have to move to a profession or a different situation where he doesn't cause pain, right? Or he doesn't gain pain by winning. Something like that. Bro, he should just go be a shogi teacher. Though he didn't do a great job with the freaking the kids, with the sisters, right? With Momo. He was kind of struggling a little bit. Freaking homeboy, I'm so freaking Nikaido. Nikaido definitely was doing better as a teacher than him. Oh, this is Mushoku Tensei. Oops. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to cut that out. I didn't get the episode pulled up in advance. Oopsies. Okay, let's pull the episode. I think we're on 11, so let me just... This is 10. Yeah, so this is 10. Ray, how are you feeling today? Alright. Okay, but yeah, so... Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of... Seems like it might be a turning point for his character, right? I mean, this was truly like a... I mean, this was an emotional overload, right? And so, what comes after that, right? What peace will be after the storm? Will there be peace after the storm? Should be interesting. I mean, if anything else, it tells him that, like, as he's living, he can't handle, because it causes this, right? If you're breaking down in your day-to-day life, then your day-to-day life needs to change, because nobody deserves to break down in their day-to-day life, right? People deserve better. You deserve better. Everyone deserves better. So yeah. What kind of change will come out of this? Great question. I'm excited to see. Let's just kind of jump into episode 11, I'm thinking. Just to see where it goes. You know what I mean? Episode 11. This might be a recap episode, though I do see an 11.5. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but we'll figure it out. Because I was warned that there was like a recap episode, but there was like a little bit of new stuff at the end or something. So we're about to find out. Episode 11, see it's going in a 3, a 2, a 1 thing. It's a habit I've gotten recently, where I just clap when I don't know what to say. I'm so desperate to fill the void. So desperate to continue speaking at all times. Because if I'm not speaking, then what are we doing? Just watching frickin' TV, man? Consumer moment. That's okay. That's kind of the point, huh? That I'm just watching TV? That's crazy. This is a crazy thing I'm doing. It's crazy. Give me something to drink, man. Not alcohol. Give me Powerade. Get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack. Catchphrase. You know what I mean? I do have a lot of my little catchphrases, don't I? I'm sure you know. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, you little rapscallion, you. Okay, can we focus? Can we, like, focus on the show, please? Okay? You gotta stop distracting me. You're distracting me with your little face. Alright? Looking at me like that. Alright? I can't even make eye contact. I can't do it, man. Maybe I'm shy, okay? Alright, focus up. Come on, man. Ray is suffering and you're yapping, okay? Get my head. Do you see this? I don't get it, man. I gotta become bald. How much would one of y'all pay me to go bald? I will actually take money to go bald because I need money. You know what I mean? We all need money, don't we? Not all. A lot of us do. Alright, can we, like, pay attention? Okay. Ray, fully locked in. The Old Year, chapter 22. Hair in my mouth. Oh yeah, I actually do recall that. Oh. Oh, we passed Christmas. New Year's time. Are you out of supply? Dude, he's out of supplies, man. Call up the sisters. Call up the sisters if you're out. Don't spill. Oh no, it's just okay. He screwed the lid on. Good move. But bed rotting is so comfortable. Oh. You need a support network to clutch you out. Ooh, that was pretty. I liked that. I'll be feeling better. Dude, whenever I'm sick, I sleep so much. I sleep like 70% of the day when I'm super sick. Ooh, I like this. He's having fever dreams. An escalator? Ooh, okay. I have a lot of repeating dreams too, so I kind of get this. Ooh. Liminal. A one-way trip. There are many things that are one-way trips. Whoa. Oh, someone's at his door. Sister? Who could it be? It could be a lot of people. Being a Kaido. Is that Momo? The sisters? It's Momo! Momo, are you here alone? Oh my goodness, it's been so long since this Momo's been in the show. What a freaking delight. They got masks on. See, this is what I mean, support network. Hina, secure the pillow. We're taking you to our place. They're so clutch. To the doctor. Oh, you'll be taken care of here. Oh my goodness, I love it. Man, there's nothing humbling like a sickness, bro. It doesn't matter how big you are, how strong you are, how gigachad you are, how smart you are. It doesn't matter nothing if you're freaking sick. You are just a desperate sick person. No, fair to be careful, fair to be careful. Pickled plums and... I've never had that. They're so caring. Ugh. Pure souls, rare pure souls. Some people just love being caring, and I love that. I can't believe Momo was fopped up. Ah, freaks me out. Alright, sorry. Quit your yammering. Oh, I gotta make sure my cats are fed. Good reminder. I'm gonna go check their food after this recording. Oh, I should show you guys my cats, especially in Sangatsu.
いえ、もう独立したわけだし大丈夫かと。
みかんか、柑橘系はちょっと。みかん、みか
I'm
ん。
not a huge tangerine guy personally as either. Kitties.
独立ね。携帯をちょいと失礼。あなたの携帯3日くらい死んでたわよね。
Bro hasn't had his phone plugged in. He's gonna have so many messages from her. Dad, 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 Kawamoto, dad, dad, Kawamoto, Kawamoto.
こんなに周りに心配させてるうちは独立したって言いません。でしょ?
Good point. Point made.
はい。
Day to night imagery kind of there with the... She was so radiating, he was kind of like dark on that side,
もしも
in
し
the background.
あの
I liked it.
お父さん、レイです。
レイなのか。大丈夫か。どうしたんだ。風邪か。電話が通じないからそっちに行こうとしてたんだ。
Aww.
本当に大丈夫か。
He real for that.
電話越しに父の声に触れた瞬間、僕は自分の浅はかさを思い知った。父の声は本当に心配してくれてた声だった。僕はバカだ。ぐるぐる考えて。でも結局自分のことばっかだ。
Man, even when he's sick, he's like, I'm being thoughtless for not responding to people caring about me when I'm sick. Like,
ご飯食べてもう一回薬。
I get your point, and it's fair. It's a very fair point. But also, like,
やっぱり
it's kind of... Bro is schnoozing.
ちゃん出たら教え
But,
て。
you know, even when he's sick, he's self-flagellating on how it
晩ご飯になったら
makes other people feel when they're worried about him, and he's not responding to that. He's so willing to throw himself under the bus.
絶対。前はもっとすごかったの。今よりあと3人多かったからぎゅうぎゅうでね。もうほんと酸欠になりそうだったのよ。
3人。ああ、そうか。お父さんだ。
眠っちゃった人たちの顔見て文句言
Right, okay, that makes sense in my head
お
now.
母さ
Yeah.
んとおばあちゃんと私の
Is
3人で
mom, grandma,
毎
and
年
then
片付けしなが
father.
ら行く年来る年を見たっけ。
何かきっと事情があるのだろう。この家の人は誰も父のことを語らない。
He might not be...
さあ、レイ君も食
Wait,
べよ
what do we know about the dad? Do we know anything? Is he dead or is he
よく
gone?
寝てたから起こさなかっ
I
た
don't
んだ。
know. I don't know anything. I don't
梅
know.
干しも崩して入れてね。熱があって味がわからない時でも口がさっぱりするから。ってあれこれさっきも言ったわね。
The things I would do to have this woman take care of me when I'm sick.
風邪ひくといつも言ってくれたのよ。いやね、やっぱり同じこと言って
This woman is so great. Okay, I'm calming down. I'm sorry.
また同じこと言ってるって思いながら、でもすごくほっとした。魔法の言葉みたいなものね、母親の。でも、モモはほとんど聞けずに終わってしまった。か
I
わ
got
いそう。
sad. That's why you can say them. You can say your mother's words.
本当に助かりました。ありがとうございました。大晦日なんて大事な日に
Oh, yeah, good point.
家族でもないのに上がり込んでこんなにお世話になってしまって。
違うわ。
You are part of the family. Fool, get your booty over here.
助かったのは私なのよ。あなたがいてくれなかったら、私きっと
Yeah.
今ここで一人っきりで。
Dude, imagine your coping mechanism being helping other people. What a freaking goated coping mechanism.
ちょっと桐山くん、なんであなたが泣くの？やだ。
Because you're such a pure soul, man.
鼻をすすりながら二人で慌ててティッシュを探していたらテレビからジョヤの鐘が聞こえてきた。
That's pretty real. That actually is pretty real.
今年が空に消えてゆく。
Came to a pathetic end.
自分の一人ぽっちに気を取られ誰かの一人ぽっちに気づけないでいた間抜けな僕にジョヤの鐘は しんしんと降り積もり、大きな川みたいにゆっくりと新しい年がやってこよう
That's
と
a good
していた。
line. That's a really good line. I liked that metaphor. That was a good metaphor. The new year. Oh, the chapters make sense now.
こら、お母さんのタンスにシール貼ったの誰？ごめんなさい。もう剥がすの大変なんだからね。
This makes me so sad. Dude, I don't know how I would recover if I lost a sibling. Holy crap, that'd be so hard.
千尋
That's her name. I don't know if I knew that. Where are we? What is going? Oh, okay, we're here. Okay.
レイちゃん起きられる？お姉ちゃんが朝ごはん食べようって。
おはよう。
熱は？
だいぶ下がったと思
Okay, it's just the day after.
う。もう大丈夫。おはようございます。
おはよう。明けましておめでとう。
Dude, if I had a little sister and she died, holy crap, that's such a GG.
おー、新聞
I don't even know what you're supposed to do at that point. Oh my goodness. Momo's cooking, let her cook.
栗山くんお餅食べる？何にする？私砂糖醤油。ママはね、チーズ。
あ、じゃあ僕もチーズで。
Yeah, you better choose Momo's option. Momo a freaking gourmet. A gourmand. I don't think that's gonna work very well. I feel like you gotta touch somebody else's head,
ご飯。
right?
そしてお薬ね。
So that you don't like confuse your
ほら、お
touch.
肩入って。
That's what I usually do.
パジャマって足寒いのよね。
I love the art in this show.
郵便屋さんかな？来た、
Is that a thing? I don't know what this is.
お姉ちゃん。
Oh, do I know what this is?
私、お姉ちゃん、おじいちゃん。
No, I don't know what this is.
ママにも来てるよ。
This cultural thing.
何？
The cats.
ねえ、何？
I love
いっ
kitties.
ぱい来た？
I love cats and kitties, man.
年が当たるかな？あら、ママにも来たの？よかったわね。
From nursery and school, I think that said.
あ、いや、来てないかと。
I'm gonna go check. Okay. She going. She out. Dang, it's only 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back. None? Oh, she found some. Why are you so nervous? Is it from the boy? That'd be kind of funny.
2枚。
え、来てたの？ゼロかと思ったのに。1枚目は。
Hey, my boy.
この別荘何？城？気球？ CG 合成？あ、本当に飛ばしてるよ。
Looking forward to the day we can battle each other somewhere here.
1枚は
Oh.
日本将棋連盟会長第16世
Wait, huh? Chairman of the Japan Shogi Association.
あの将棋は場所をかじ
誰？この方。
マレーシ
やっちまったな。一徳が強かったんだぞ。ちょいと昔から変わって。
Okay.
一応これでも7期名人を務めてたんだぞ。ってなんで俺が弁護を？
Okay.
こんにちは。おめでとう。美咲おばちゃんですよ。
Aunt Misaki?
やっぱ実家はいいわ。夫の実家っつうのはもう
Okay.
肩が
You
凝って
brought some... A little bit of champagne to pop. Alright. Cheers to a new year.
ぶってっからだ。お前はほんと昔から外空だけはと。
ひなちゃん
最高だったよな。
そうだ。お年玉よ。つら、ひな、もも。
Her voice is so familiar to me, but I don't know if I know it.
はい、お父さん。
わしにもいいのか？
あかりにも。まあいいの、おばさま。で、はい、ついでにあなたにも。将棋少年。
Shogi boy.
いいだけど
Yeah, alright.
大晦日から風邪ひいて、あかりに拉致られたんですって。
え、あ、僕にまでそんないただけません。
Too late. You already have.
ちょっと前だけど、イッサさんとスミスさん連れてきて。
Oh, that's your bar. Okay.
また頼むわよ。
Yeah. Keep bringing me patrons
で、これは。
for the past. Yeah.
はい、お母さん。ミカコ、美咲が来ましたよ。 明けましておめでとう。今年もよろしくね。
なあ、美咲。今年も明かりを働かせるのか？
She is the type to smoke a cigarette. I feel that.
俺は賛成したわけじゃないんだぞ。明かりに危ないことさせるなよ。
お父さん、うちのお店は危なくなんてありません。小さいけど上品なほぼ常連さんだけの私の宝のお城です。
それにしたってさ。
あかりをこのまま家事と育児で家に閉じ込めて年を取らせる気？
She's so good at it
だから
though.
本当に母親役になりき
She's
ろう
so
としちゃう
good at it.
週に2日無理やりでもいいから
But she needs to explore.
化粧して
Yeah.
綺麗な服
I think that's kind of true.
外に出さない
I think that's actually kind of true.
せっかくの美人なのに初対やつれしてお嫁に来そびれたら
Yeah, I mean, she, you know, yeah, I think that's real.
お店ではあかりに指一本触れさせないわ。むしろ触れさせずにお金だけ巻き上げる。
Oh wow, she is up. She's up.
触れられないからこそ躍起になって
And then you'll grab what?
男の習性をこう
Smart, smart.
あんたの娘は鬼じゃ。あんた鬼の子を産みな。
No, she's smart, boo. That's how they tip well. That's when they tip
王様
well.
晩ご飯はひなと私の力作食べていってくださる？
あら、じゃあいただいてこうかしら。旦那はサッカー見に行っちゃったし。あら、すごい。あなた
Oh my goodness.
おせち作ったの？しかも
Delightful.
ね、おいしそう。
ひなと
Kitty,
一緒に
kitty.
考えたの。ちゃんと縁起がいいものを考えて詰めたのよ。食べて美味しいおせちを目指しました。かまぼこ赤白買うと食べきれないから、はんぺんのボールを赤と白、串に刺してお団子
I
に
just
し
keep
た
it.
やつでしょ。豆に暮らせるよう
They talk about food, and I'm just thinking about all their dead family members. Like, that's the craziest thing about this show, bro.
見通しが良くなるように
You know what I mean?
こんなきんぴらでしょ。
It's like, it's almost funny for me to say that. Like, that's it's so funny to me.
肉巻きでしょ。
Now, they talk about these, like, these freaking, like,
ミニハンバーグのタネでしょ。
traditional food.
あとはもちろん伊達巻きと
You know what I mean? This just sounds delightful. I'd love to eat all these ingredients and entrees, bro. Like, that's delicious. Like, yes, give me the little hot dog, man.
ミカ子もおばあちゃんも二人でせいせいとおせち作ってた。
But now but then she's just said, you know, referenced the dead and
おせちってそう
yeah.
ガンをかけてあったのか。
やっぱりこのお重箱見るとね、なんか
Because really, I guess, yeah, I mean,
って気持ちになるのよね。
you gotta keep having your day-to-day life even
決ま
when
った時
the
の
people you love
達成感が
die.
またこうたまらないっていうか。
It's crazy because I say even when, not if. Because it really is a win. Unless you die first.
確かに。
Or you love no one.
って毎日を生きていく上ですっごい重要なエネルギーよね。わかってる。わかってはいるんだけどね。
ねえ、達成感と面倒くささは漏れなくセットになってるのがね。でもそこを乗り越えるからこそ
That cat is drooling on the table. Momo is a Momo, you missed. Oh, Momo, you missed the fork. It fell off, man.
じゃあね、ごちそうさま。また来るわね。今年もよろしくね。
Okay, Aunt was cool. I liked her.
おっといけない。もうこんな時間だわ。ひな、ももお風呂に入れてくれる？はーい。お皿はお姉ちゃんが洗うから。というわけで桐山くん、ここ使うから2階に上がってくれる？
ここを使う？
そう、初めて見るだろうけど、実は川本家のお風呂は
Oh, it's like attached?
ここなの。
Oh,
なんですって。
and no changing room.
お風呂なくって銭湯に行ってたの。でも家族が増えたから後で庭にこのお風呂増築したのよ。
I
うち
see.
はみんな女の子だし、脱衣所も
Yeah, we need to get you out of Dodge, though.
そうするとお庭がなくなっちゃうし、お金もかかるし。でもお客様が来た時困るのよね。ごめんねレイちゃん。レイちゃんみんな。
Don't look Ray, says Momo.
こそすみません。
Momo, he's getting out of here. Don't worry. That's freaking funny.
びっくりした。
What's going on up here?
知らなかった。
I don't think we've been up here before. The house has personality, right?
さて薬も飲んだし
A dingo light to pull?
便利だなこの紐
It is for the light, right? Why am I scared all of a sudden? I get so scared for no reason.
なんか不思議だどうして僕は知り合ったばかりの人のうちで
In a room I've never been
普
in.
通に眠ろうとしてるんだろう
Yeah.
ここにいるとどうして
It's 'cause they're
こんなに落ち着く
great.
んだろうどうしてあんな懐かしい夢を見たんだろうどうして
Aww. Stickers.
ああ
Reminds him.
そっかそういうことかこの古い家が時間とみんなと全部をそして僕のことまでそっと包んでまどろんでいるような気がした
They gotta stop killing me with this piano music. I can't take it, man.
一体何年ぶりかわからないくらい深くて柔らかな眠りだった
That's gotta be cut to ED, yeah. Oh, they're gonna kill me with this show. Dude, it's like sad in such a weird way. It's like, you know what I mean? It makes me feel so sad. Like, more than I think like shows that try to be sad usually make me feel. Because it's less of sadness, more like a very strong like melancholy or something, right? It's like a happy sad. I'm not ready for happy sad. I can handle sad, right? I'll just tank that. I'll be like, LMAO. Happy sad, I don't know how to deal with as well, bro. Happy sad gets me. You know? Where you mix how beautiful something is and then kind of it being gone. It's like, but like you're still kind of happy about it. So you can't just like close your eyes to it because it's something you love and it's something you care about. So you can't just like avoid it or look away. You know what I mean? But you can only look, but like when you look at it, all you see is that it's gone. But you can't not look at the space that it used to be in, you know? That's how it feels. That's how it feels watching this show, right? Like he looks at the stickers on the drawer and that's like, and he's looking at where his sister used to be, right? In a way. But the stickers are still there, so there's like still something beautiful, but it also hurts. And so they just, you know what I mean? The happy part is like the freaking bait, dude. It's the bait, and then I get hooked. Yeah, what do you got for next episode? You monsters! Okay. I'm gonna... I think so. I think 11.5 is the recap. So I'll skim through that, I think. Just because I think there's new stuff at the end, I was told. So let me see if I can find that. Oh, I like this one. The meow episode. Oh my goodness. I love how they got custom animators for all these. I love art. Oh, I like their... This is kind of fun. Look, the girls each have super like red tipped fingers, where his are like more normal. That's a fun detail. It makes me think that it's like really cold, which fits with the scarf. So like the the blood's kind of like rushing to their fingers or whatever, or something like that. And then like, oh, man, the stylization is so good. I really like how Akari looks here. Oh, and she's kneading the sweater that they're all using. She's so caring. Momo's kind of blonde here. Hina looks kind of crazy too. Hina looks pretty different from how she usually has her hair. I really like this one though. This one's really sweet. I love watercolor. I love watercolor. Dude, it'd be so hard to get the coloring of the hair. Oh my goodness, look at her hair. This part right here. The like hint of blue right there is so good. Oh my goodness, I love this stylization. Man, you can see a little patch of it here and then like a patch of it right there. That's so good. Kind of at the top of Momo's head too. Man, and one of my favorite things about watercolor is like like look here, like you can see like the little bits of it being like out of lines, right? But even that feels so like, I don't know, like there's a little bit of that kind of everywhere, right? Where like it's really really hard to be super precise with watercolor. So like a little bit of white will like spill in certain places, right? Like you can see on her dress, right? Or like at the very bottom right here with Momo, you can kind of see it. Where there's like little bits of white that like, you know, the brush didn't quite hit the edge there. Or like little bits like of the details where like the red spills out from where it should be, or like the cuff of his sleeves, of Ray's sleeves, where there's that little bit of brown where it's not supposed to be. But it fits with the style. Like I say not supposed to be, but I like it because that's just the style of watercolor, right? Or like how the color doesn't fit the lines of her like hair thing, or like how it spills out from his strand of hair here. There's not even line work for this strand of hair, which is nice. Yeah. Man, I really like how there's like the shading too. I really like the shading. Oh my goodness, I could look at this for a long time. I really like this one. It's just man, it's just one of my favorite like types of art. I'm actually a bit of an art hoe. I am a little bit of an art hoe. I don't know if people would expect that, but they probably would. Who am I kidding? I freaking probably look like a nerd. Yeah. Nerd affectionate. Yeah, I think, you know what's really good about this episode is like, even something like the bathroom makes so much sense for the narrative, right? Because the point of the bathroom is how the house is developed with them. It shows the house is like, I said personality. I said the house has a lot of personality, right? And that shows how long they've been living here and how much it's not just a house, but it's like a home. And that, I think, is why Ray feels so at peace there. I mean, it's so different from the sterile apartment he lives in, right? Which is like, it's not really made his, but like, it's something like the bath being installed in a weird spot. That's them making the house theirs, where it's having to accommodate to fit their needs, right? Where they're limited and they're kind of trying to make it work, right? And he has to move, like where he's sleeping in order so that they can bathe. I mean, like the quirks. It's the quirks of a house that only really naturally develop after it's been lived in for a long time, and that. Those quirks, even like, and I think you see it so much more like directly with like the stickers on the dresser, right? That's like one of those things, right? Where there's only stickers on the bottom of a dresser in a house that's been lived in for a while with kids, right? And that's why he realizes that he's had the dream, or he says that's why he had the dream about his little sister, right? And so it's like, it's a really nice parallel there, but it really shows like that this place is a home in a way that he doesn't have right now. Right? If anything, this is his home, right? As much as his home is his apartment, like this is really where like the spirit of a home is. And they say so well here. This old house had time, everyone, everything. Even me. Well, and then it's like, and then it dozed off. Had time. The house had time in it, right? I mean, that's such a nice phrase because you can't have time, right? If anything, like time has you type B, right? You can't hold time. You can't obtain time, right? You pass through it, but I don't think you can grab it, right? But it makes so much sense here because like the house kind of has the result of time in it. So in a way it has time, right? Like they're really pretty with their language in that way, where it's a like slightly abstract, right? But it makes a lot of sense. It makes like a lot of emotional sense too. You know, it had all of us gently embraced together, and then it dozed off. The house dozed off. That is such a beautiful sentiment. The house sleeping. Oh my goodness! It embraced us and then slept. So we slept in its arms. Like the house is a living thing in a sense because it can doze, right? And it's only kind of gained the ability to doze because it has all this life imbued into it by the time that the sisters have lived in it, right? That's just kind of how I peek at it. How I interpret it, right? Yeah. It's like cottagecore a little bit. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. When did that dream originally happen? Right here? Yeah, so the mom was complaining about peeling the stickers off and the little sister bro. Give me her name. I need to know her name. It's gonna kill me. Chihiro. Did I have that written down? Let's see. Parents and little sister are dead from car crash. All right. Chihiro is the little sister. Oh wait, Chihiro. Little sister, and then the mom's name. Oh no, the aunt's name I wanted. I think auntie. Oh no, aunt. She said auntie at another part, so let me just put the and then father is gone/dead. Sorry. I'm just gonna update my notes live. And then okay. Aunt Misaki. Aunt Misaki was cool. But yeah, so it's like, man, as much as like it's crazy how oh, man. Like even something like the food, dude. They're like yammering about the food, man. And I said it myself, right? Hey, look, a bunch of pink cubes. It's me. I'm in the show. I said it myself, right? Where I was like, all I can think about is the dead family members. But the crazy thing is, it's not just me. It's not just me that was thinking about the dead family, because the aunt said that, right? I think she. Let me do subtitle browser for this. Right here. Mikako and your grandmother would always make the traditional New Year's food, right? Let me put Mikako's name in too. Misaki, Mikako is the dead mother, or her sister, right? And so it's right. Mikako and your grandmother would always make the traditional New Year's food. So like they're constantly in remembrance of them, right? And so as much as I'm somewhat, it's weird. We're like it's almost like I, as a person, am like distracted from the moment by the thought of death, where for them as characters, the moment is where there's the thought of death, right? Where they see those they've lost, and they think about those they've lost in the day-to-day activities like eating a meal together. Whereas I think typically I would be distracted from day-to-day activities by thinking about those I've lost, or if I were to lose like a couple family members or something like this, I would probably be more distracted than anything else. And I think that's probably a showing of like them, I think, healthily coming to terms with the people they've lost, right? Where they're able to talk about them while having a meal and think about how nice it was that they used to make the traditional New Year's food, and proud, right? Like it says proud here, right? And she's so proud that now the kids are carrying on like that legacy. And so it's not like a sore spot. It's not tense at all. It's something that's very sweet. It's like soft as opposed to sore, right? Right, and then because they immediately transition back to put in spaghetti 2 and gum 2. Momo just yammering. And the cat yammering, right? Yeah. And I mean, they have the shrine in their house, right? I mean, they just gave the envelope a moment prior, right? It really just shows how, like, everywhere it is. And man, it just really makes me think of, like, the 3-year mourning period idea. I think it's 3 years, right? From freaking Confucianism. I mentioned that previously, though, so I won't reiterate. Yeah. And like, what a piece to come to for it, right? Death is so crazy. It's crazy. I've been like having the mentality recently, which is funny. It's kind of lifted from one of my D&D characters I play, because your boy plays a lot of D&D. One of my D&D characters is freaking so unhinged. I love the guy. I promise this is relevant. Where he's died so many times and been revived so many times. And he's like basically just like used to it, right? And he kind of, it's like an adrenaline junkie thing. He's like super into it even, where he's like, he'll throw himself into the grinder and get himself freaking killed just so that he and then he'll get revived and he'll be like, bet I'm still alive, right? And so it's like this, he just so fervently believes like, I'm gonna live forever, right? Like that's how it is, right? It's like he's like high on life almost. To the point where death isn't something that could ever stop him, because he has died and it hasn't stopped him, right? Because he keeps being brought back from death. And so he's like so he's intoxicated to life in that way. And that is like something that I've kind of in a way kind of used to fight back against like existential dread or whatever, or like, you know, despair or whatnot, where it's just like, I'm gonna live forever. Like, bet we're all gonna make it. Like, it's just like infinitely believing to the point of like madness, where like obviously it's not true, and perhaps it's even reckless, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna make it, right? That's really like a sentiment that I've found very like powerful recently. And it's like, this is like such an opposite to it, which is fine. And, you know, perhaps better, right? Where it's not that you're going to live forever. It's not that, right? Like that, it's not like empowered in that way, but it's like that soft remembrance, right? And just see it laid out in this piece of media, it makes me really think, you know? Because I thought about like, what would I, because I have a couple, you know, family members that are that are gonna die pretty soon, right? Not immediate family, but like extended family, right? I got a, you know, few grandma type beats that like they're getting up in their years. They're gonna probably die in the next few years, right? And I've thought about like, how am I gonna feel about that? And it's kind of bothered me because I don't know, and I don't think I would be like I think I would be, I don't know. It's something that I've kind of thought about a lot and like doubted myself a lot on. Because a part of me would just be like, we push on and we keep living and we live, and I would like not even almost pay it heed, right? Like, we push on past those fallen in their tracks. We just keep going, you know, past the corpses at our side, right? And that is like, because it's crazy to me because it's like, it's push on. It keeps you moving forward. So it's like self-affirming, you know? It's like you keep energized, you keep movement, but it does leave behind those like ghosts and corpses. Whereas here, it's like you slow down and you take the time and you heal with them and then you move on. And it's like, you know what I mean? Man, I almost want to say like, healing is admitting that you're hurt. And if you never admit that you're hurt, maybe you can convince yourself that you're not. Oh man, I'm losing my mind out here. Yeah, let me just delude myself into not feeling pain. Am I even like, what am I thinking anymore, man? I feel like this show is calling me out. But I'm gonna just keep deluding myself until my delusions break, and then I'm gonna deal with healing. But until then, I can just delude myself, and then I'm gonna be lit. We're gonna live forever, trust. Bet. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Life and death, man. The age-old question, right? Something that no one's escaped yet. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Because it's so funny, too. I'll try to end this because I'm starting to hit to the point where I'm just spiraling away from the show. Well, was there more I wanted to say? I really like the elevator scene, or the escalator scene. Very liminal to me. I really liked this space that he was in. This is very reminiscent of, like, a dream I would have, right? Especially like this thing, like the railing and the ladder that kind of leads nowhere. That's very much how my dreams look. Though they're usually a lot more populated. I'll have a bunch of dreams that are reoccurring. It's strange. One of my most reoccurring dreams are like very large bathrooms. Isn't that strange? Where it's like a super liminal space, infinitely repeating, not even necessarily infinite, but just massive like bathrooms, and sometimes they're very ornate, and usually it's just me like traveling between like in really large buildings, and then I'll stumble into like a very strange bathroom that has a very weird, like, you know, like architecture to it or whatever. That's like, why would someone make it like this? But to me, it feels completely natural. So I'm just kind of wandering through this, like, this weird liminal space. That's how my dreams are. And so like this room very much like reflected that for me. Shout out support networks as well. Nothing humbling like a sickness. I kind of mentioned that. You know, Hobbs and sleeping or something. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, the death, man. Because there's two parts of death. There's the death of those around you, and then the death of you. Both are so brutal. You can deal with the death of you. I think there's a lot of fun ways to like think your way out of it. You know, you can go the freaking, I think Socrates, I think it's from the Apology. Is it Socrates? The whole line of like, when I am, death won't be, and when death is, I won't be. That type deal. Where it's like, when I'm dead, I won't be here anymore because I'm dead. So I'm never going to like do death. I'm never going to experience death. Or like being dead, rather. I'm never going to experience being dead because dead is the non-experience of being. Write that down. You know what I mean? Wherein you will experience dying, sure, but you won't experience death. And so you can like find some comfort in that, perhaps. Or you can go like a Seneca route, forgetting on the shortness of life. That's a great path. That's a great like book, which is like you reach a comfort with death in like your daily routine. The very mini example I'll give is that I really like is that like it's like Seneca was like walking around, and on the way like back home he suddenly was like, oh, I want to change something in my will, and so he like scratched it onto like a tree or another house or something, and so he wrote his will onto this random tree. The idea being that even the journey home, he wasn't guaranteed to be safe from death. So he didn't put off the will, right? He didn't put off the thought of death in like any sort of avoidant behavior, and instead made himself companion with it in the sense that he was willing to write his will on a tree on the way home, right? And so like personal death, as so dreadfully terrifying as it is, I think I have some ways to like, I'm also young, so I don't really have to worry about it too much right now. I'm sure I'm gonna freaking existential dread about that a lot more. If I think about it too much, I will. But man, the death of others is like so much more imminent, I think, at least for me, and I think from a lot of most people probably. And that's really where it like it's tough, because as much as like I feel like you owe it to them, you owe it to the people that you care about to mourn them. Right? I think that'd be a feeling, but it's also the question of like, do you really, or should you, you know? Because like, if I die, the last thing I would want is anybody to be torn up about it. You know what I mean? Like, don't care about me. Well, yeah, I mean, you know what I mean though? Where it's like, no, go live your life, right? Like, if I die, push on past me, right? Whatever you thought of that was so brilliant and beautiful about me, if you loved me, which there are people I would say that love me in my life, right? Whatever you loved me for, keep going, right? Like, do it, you know? Don't just despair that it's gone, but like be inspired by it and carry the torch, you know? Past those fallen in their tracks. Like, yeah, I wouldn't want people, like, nobody owes me anything, right? You don't owe me shit. Live your life. It's yours. I would hate for somebody to yeah. And so but it feels so wrong for me to apply that to other people. And it's something that this show, like the characters in this show, they deal with it like almost like that little bit of the Seneca thing I just said, right? Where it's like they live next, like it's a living like in comfort with death. It's a living in comfort of death of the death of those around you, right? Where they've become, their daily routine is saturated with remembrance and the death of those around them, right? And coping and all these things, as opposed to any sort of avoidant pushing on behavior, right? They've made sure, they've given it a place in their home. They've given it a shrine. And so I just wonder, like, is that what we should do, right? Or should we just kind of push on and, you know what I mean? I don't know. You know, should we slow down and live with them, or live with their death? Or should we push on after being inspired by what their life was? I don't know the answer. And I fear I won't know the answer for a while. I've never really lost someone through death. I've never really had someone. I mean, there's been a few people in my life that have died, but like not anyone that I was like extremely close to or anything like that. I've been pretty blessed in that regard that I haven't had to deal with that. So it just causes me like worry that I don't know how I'll respond to that. And I think no matter what I respond, I'd probably feel bad about it. But bad about my response as opposed to bad about the death. I'll feel bad about the death no matter what, right? But an interesting thing. And the show is quite, I think, insightful on it. So I do love seeing how the characters interact with it and how it just is so saturated into their day-to-day. 11.5. Frick. Let me look at this. I was about to end the episode. So, there's Ray screaming. So this is just a recap, right? I think it like completely is, right? Oh, well this is new. An older fellow shogi player. Oh frick, should I just watch this full thing at some point? Because that was new information right here. An older fellow shogi player. Oh, frick, okay, subtitles, please. Maybe they said this and I just missed it. I must have just missed it, because this is a recap. An older fellow shogi player forced me to go out drinking with him, because in my brain, I either missed this or I wasn't told this. I probably missed it. Because for me, I was unsure of who the people he was with was. Maybe y'all just let me know where I'm watching this. I'll watch it at the start of next episode, because I don't want to accidentally like skim through it and miss something or whatever. So I'll watch this in the next episode. If there's like a few timestamps that I should look at or whatever, do let me know in the comments down below. And that's a perfect transition to the end of this episode. Of course, if you like the video, it really does help me out. Keeps me making these on the subscribe if you're new, blah, blah, blah. Comment down below if you have anything to say, or join the Discord in the description and talk to me or other Tonkatsu fans there. But until then, till the next episode, 11.5/12, that's like a I will be seeing you then. Peace.